Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today's episode, we're going to talk about on how I passed the NCLEX RN examination, and I'm going to share to you the resources that I've used for my review in order for me to fully comprehend what is an NCLEX examination. So stay tuned. Alright, so right before you start your review, the first step that you have to do is to know how the NCLEX works. Because it's like going to a battle, right? How will you survive the battle if you don't know what are you fighting for? The NCLEX, or the National Council Licensure Examination, uses computerized adapted testing to administer the items. Initially, everyone is administered an item with a relatively low difficulty level, and his or her progression on the exam from that point onward depends on their performance. The second thing that you have to do is to get the date set. Why is it important to get the date set? Well, it will help you to condition your mind of when you will study and how you will study. Alright, the third thing that you have to do is to know your strength and your weaknesses. What am I talking about? What I'm talking about is to list your weaknesses and your strength when it comes to your nursing topics. It is very important for you to know your strength and your weaknesses because it will help you create your study plan. And I would highly recommend to focus first on your weaknesses because you will be dealing more time on it. Speaking of the study plan, the fourth step that you have to do is to make or create a study plan. So after you have dealt with your weaknesses and your strength, it is now easy for you to create your study plan, whether it's short-term or long-term. That's why it's very important for you to know or set your date because it will help you build the momentum of your study. So I'm going to share to you my 3-month study plan. First thing that you have to do when creating a study plan is to set a goal. For me, I have set a goal which is short-term, and that is good for 3 months. So I started my study on the 15th of April 2021. As you can see from April 15 to 30, 2021, I've only used one source, which is the lecture videos of registered nurse RN Sarah on YouTube. I really like her presentation on the anatomy and the pathophysiology of a disease or a certain condition. Since I am a visual learner, it's easy for me to understand how the body works. She also explains the nursing interventions and the priorities of a nurse in any different healthcare settings. Her videos were long, to be honest. That's why you have to focus and pause information if you are not certain on what she was talking about and then Google it. Sarah from the Registered Nurse RN, if you're watching this, thank you for your dedication. I really appreciate of what you do.
Subscribe and watch their videos if you want to learn more.
After I have watched the YouTube videos of Registered Nurse RN, I have reviewed the normal laboratory values, the dosage, and the IV calculations from May 1 to 17, 2021. It makes sense, right? Before you do the testing questions, you should know the deviation from normal to abnormal lab values and on how to calculate the dosages and the IVs. You may be wondering why is it that the duration was long. It is because I have an evening shift of work and the only time that I can review is from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m., sometimes until 4 a.m. As what I was saying, focus first on your weakness, and the pediatrics is one of my weaknesses, so I started on it. This time, I have used my second source of information, which is the UWorld. I have subscribed for 2 months with one testing assessment.
You can visit their page and subscribe.
After the pediatrics, I took a break for 2 days, which means I didn't study at all. I was just playing mobile games. I was just watching Netflix. I was just watching movies online. It is very important because of all this information. It's just too much. You just have to relax, chill, and take a deep breath. After I took a break, I work on my second weakness, which is the medical surgical from June 3 to 16. Then followed my strength, which are OBs from June 17 to 23, Psych from June 24 to 30, and the delegations from July 1 to 6. I got an average percentile of passing the questions. After UWorld, I have used my third and the last source of information, which is the Klimek Audio Lessons. He mostly thought about the tricks and the possible topics that will come up on the exam. The audios were too long, so take notes on it. It was fun and entertaining though. A day before the exam, I took a break. I have watched Black Widow, ate some sugary foods, and prayed harder. The night before the exam, I prepared my things that I needed to bring, like the passport, water, and some snacks. Then I took my NCLEX RN exam on the 14th of July and passed the exam on the 16th of July. I actually made a video about it, so take a look on the upper left part of the video. Once again, there are only 3 resources that I've used. The first one is the Registered Nurse RN from YouTube. The second one is UWorld, which I subscribed for 2 months. And the last one is the audio lessons from Klimek. Thank you guys for watching, and if you're planning to take the exam soon, good luck and don't forget to get some rest in between, but stay focused.
This is Monsieur Celso. Kindly like and subscribe for more Canadian content.